Hello, universe. Welcome to Off the Rails with Tom and Mark.
Coming to you live from Caldwell Banker Home Sale Realty Studios in the lovely Grafton, Wisconsin.
All right. Universe coming to you from an unknown episode. This is an In the Can episode. We are getting together with Utterly Insane Productions. We are hanging out with them. We're going to be, I don't know, just going over how to be a good podcast, right? Like how to, Molly knows a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically,
she does know a bunch of...
I do not need to be here at all. They only want to get a hold of.
Well, if we would have recorded what was happening earlier, we would have been able to prove you weren't here.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I've been having a bad day. So, if you're looking to buy or sell a home or interested in real estate, email Roy at cbhsr.com. Give him a call, 414-235-0763. He'd love to be your go-to for all your real estate needs. And everybody at Coldwell Banker, they should have been calling me for a Christmas party.
Yeah?
Didn't get that call.
Oh, darn.
Oh, darn.
Kind of making my butt clench a little there. Like, hey, I ain't really calling me to hang out with you guys anymore. All right. So what do we always do first here? I got some hot seat questions on deck. You guys ready for this? Before we get into some of our other stories, we're going to do some old hot seat questions. And, of course, what's the first thing I said that happens when you start a show? Hot seat doesn't work. Okay, now it's working. Something everybody loves, but you think is overrated.
Christmas.
Christmas?
Yes.
Overrated?
Yes, because it has become too commercialized. People don't know the root of Christmas anymore.
Yeah.
The only thing... okay, you take the millennials, and their idea of Christmas is making sure that they get what they want and pretty much screw everybody else. You know, it's commercialized.
No, I get that. I said this before, but I think being as a man, being there for the birth of your child, I think is way overrated.
Why is that overrated?
I'll agree with you on that one.
Because why the hell do I need to be there?
And why do you
You're
want
not-
to see
Well,
that?
What help am I?
You're keeping the mother calm.
Yeah, right. As you're getting your hand broken.
No, like what?
When I had my second child,
Okay.
the father of that child was not there.
Okay, and you were probably in a way better mood.
But that's not the point. The point is,
The point is,
Okay.
the guy doesn't need to be there.
at the
It's
at
overrated.
at the particular moment that you were giving birth to your second child and the father wasn't there, who were you screaming at that point?
nobody. I wasn't screaming.
You weren't pissed at anybody. You weren't
No.
yelling at anybody. You weren't. You
No.
goddamn son of a bitch! You
But
did
it-
this to me. At anybody?
But you can bet if Wayne was in the room, she'd be screaming at the bastard.
The difference between my first, second, and third child, the third child I slept most of the time, so that when I did actually have her, he wasn't there.
So
Actually, it was
the first
calmer.
child was the hardest. The second child was kind of okay. The third child just kind of popped out and ran off.
And
Basically.
she's still running off.
That one was going through a luge.
I mean, but it's a magical moment that you're only gonna, especially with your first child,
I
that
don't
you're
ever
only
want-
gonna experience once.
I don't ever want to see that again.
No,
I saw it once out of the 3 kids. Never again.
I think a more important person would be the lady's mother if she's still around. She would probably be more comfortable with her mom being there, the
Or
mom and the
sister.
grandmom. Or sister. They would have more of an intimate moment than the dude going, is that ever going back to normal?
Well, see, most of the time they don't have the father at that end. Usually
Okay.
they have the
No,
father up at the head.
But still,
Right. Normally the
Helping the
father's at
mother.
the head and supporting the
As the
Yeah.
mother's
The
going,
mother.
this is your fault.
Or
Yeah.
helping her
Pretty
push
much.
or,
Well, no, I was thinking of that because it was like the baseball playoffs just happened and a couple players had to miss. The Patriots just had a bunch of games, and these players are missing NFL games to be there for the birth of their child, which you don't even know when is exactly going to happen. I think that way you guys should still punch into work. You're making millions of dollars.
oh yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
have to be there for it. Come on.
But
Oh, what? For your kid that's going to have a perfect life for the rest of their life anyway because you're a millionaire? Yeah. I think that's overrated.
yeah, and if you were the average Joe and you were doing that, you'd lose your job.
Yeah.
Oh,
pretty
I'm gonna
much.
stay home
I
just
think
to
most
wait.
jobs
I don't know
have,
when it's going to happen for sure.
All right.
Actually, with my second child, I did actually lose my job when I went in to give birth to him.
What?
That's illegal.
Yes. Yes.
How did
I-
you lose your job?
Because nobody called in for me.
It doesn't matter. You come back with a doctor's excuse.
I don't.
Well, you come back with a child.
yeah,
and
so
all.
You
not
come back
only-
with a child. That's better than a doctor's excuse.
So that day, not only did I give birth to my son, but I lost my job.
They're just like, hey, congratulations on the weight loss, but you're fired.
That's just messed up.
It's
Yeah.
messed up.
You know the name of the show, right? Okay. Last show you binge watched.
I've been binge watching Stargate.
Stargate. Okay. That's
Yeah.
an older one. We just got Molly went against my wishes. I don't know why it was my wishes, but we got Disney Plus. I've been raving about not getting it. And then we got the Mandalorian or whatever.
Oh, that's a good one.
One day he walks
was
in the
good.
house and I had Disney Plus playing for the bird, and he's like, "Did we get Disney Plus?" And I'm like, "Well, is it playing on the TV?"
No, I actually knew you did it beforehand.
Yeah.
I got a
You texted
notification
me,
on
though.
my phone. It said,
Oh.
"Congratulations on your purchase of Disney Plus." I'm like, huh. Wasn't me. Who else do I got to look at here?
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, my daughter and her husband have Disney Plus, and
You
when
have
they
their password.
when they came over to for Thanksgiving, he signed into Disney Plus for the kids, and he never signed out.
So now you have
That
Disney
means
Plus.
you have
So I'm
Disney
sitting
Plus.
there. I'll watch it every now and then.
That's how we
All
watch
the time.
Netflix.
Yeah.
I don't even bother with Netflix anymore because I actually canceled my Netflix subscription because of the fact that every time I go on to Netflix, it would freeze up.
It just doesn't
Completely
like it.
freeze up.
Okay.
I don't have a problem.
Amazon Prime, never have a problem. Disney Plus, didn't have a problem. HBO Go, don't have a problem.
I've never had a problem.
Voodoo, never have a
with
problem.
Netflix.
Oh, never have a
He
problem
keeps
with
saying
Voodoo.
he had
But
a
they
problem
have-
with it
And
buffering
Netflix,
on
and Netflix will sit there and it'll buffer.
He
It
keeps-
sits there and
Mhm.
keeps buffering. And I have reset my modem and I have purged all the cache and everything, and it
Yeah.
still does it.
Yeah. We
It
went and got
just
the
doesn't
Fire
like
Stick.
you.
And I just can't figure out why.
It just
We don't
doesn't
even have a
like you.
cable. We just have the Fire
I got
Stick.
cable, but I don't pay for it.
We get it for free with our association fees.
We get
Oh.
live channels free
And
with
the
our
internet.
And we get internet free.
On our
our
phone.
cell phone plan.
Our
We
cell
get
phone plan
like
gives
50
us
channels.
one TV with a certain amount of
But I got
channels.
Amazon
Yeah, that's
Prime, and I like that too. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went ahead and I switched. That's what I did. I
but
switched
I
from
added stars
Netflix
to, mine,
to
so I got all
Prime.
these old retro
Okay.
movies that I can watch.
We have Prime and Netflix. I got the bundle for Disney Plus, ESPN, and Hulu. The only
don't-
thing that we don't have that I really want right now is the HBO, but it's an extra $15 a month because HBO just started a series on some books that I really like.
Yeah, it's called
The Dark Materials.
His Dark Materials.
And they did a movie that was a
And-
flop, and the series
The
looks
movie-
like it's
the movie wasn't that big of a flop. People didn't quite understand that movie.
people went to see it that hadn't read the books, and
My
it's
Exactly.
eyes
difficult.
looked at it and I
Exactly.
didn't like it. Well, you're not understanding.
Oh, so
It's-
actually
Read the
now
books.
now that he spoke, I can see this is a thing between you two because you liked that he didn't.
Well, he didn't read the books, and so he watched the movie, and I think he liked it enough, but he didn't understand what was going on. I think that was the general consensus with people that watched it.
Well, the series that's going right now,
It looks good.
it is good.
Damn it.
I've been watching it.
Isn't it like 18 books or something that you got to read?
It's 3 books.
Might as well be 300, babe.
Another thing,
3 bucks.
Another
Sounds like
thing
me.
about
I don't read them
HBO, you would also have access to all 8 seasons of Game of Thrones.
We
Can't
tried to
do
get
it.
into Game of Thrones. We
Can't
couldn't do it.
Game of Thrones.
Seriously,
Sorry. We did
Game
2
of Thrones is
seasons.
awesome, dude.
I tried.
It is just too much
couldn't do it.
politics.
We sat
Too
down with
much
Mark and Susan.
with too many different characters, too much shit going on, and I don't even have any emotional connection to any of these characters.
And then-
I'm just
We sat
thinking,
down with Mark and
why?
Susan, and we
why
watched-
do I
on that
even
one.
care?
I don't. I tried more than once, and I just couldn't do
Well,
it.
I tried to.
I got
I couldn't get
1
past
through
the first
7 up
few
on Vudu.
episodes.
We watched the
I don't
first
have 8.
2 seasons, and we still just couldn't get into it. And that kind of show is right up our alley, but we couldn't.
No. Game of
Well,
Thrones
I
didn't
will
work
say
out.
this: season 1 through 7, I liked. It was really good. Season 8, they screwed it up.
Yeah, I heard that.
They screwed it up so bad that the fans are actually demanding them to reshoot it.
I heard that as well.
Yes.
There's a petition going around to redo the whole season.
Yes, to redo the entire 8th season
How
of Game
about
of Thrones
stop
because they
demanding
screwed
fans?
it.
Why don't you put the money up and just
Right.
buy them to do it? You know,
Hey, you
Do
know,
a Kickstarter.
they screwed it, man.
Yeah.
They really did.
Crowdfunding.
I mean, it totally went into some weird direction.
Yeah.
Well, you think they do things right when you.
But you also
it
have
costs millions of dollars to make these productions.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And you also have with HBO, you have the new Watchmen series.
Mm.
did not
That
like
one's-
Watchmen.
You didn't
Not
like the Watchmen.
movie, not the movie.
This one takes off after the movie.
Was Watchmen? That was a comic book, right?
It was a comic book, and then they made
DC.
the movie out of
Wasn't
it,
it
and
DC?
it's kind of like I believe it is a DC
DC,
because you
yeah,
got
it's
your
DC.
Night Owl is kind of like Batman in the movies.
Okay. No, I just
Your ultimate
it was just kind of boring. It was like
in the comic and in the movie, the way they did it, your ultimate I guess say non-hero hero is Dr. Manhattan.
okay.
Because he's that attitude that doesn't carry the way.
Kind of like what was the
Kind of like
last-
Deadpool.
Not Deadpool. There was an Dead Shot that they just did with Will Smith.
It,
Um,
Deadshot and
Deadshot.
yeah,
Yeah,
Deadshot.
He's that here. I really like
But-
Deadshot. I think they should do a whole standalone Deadshot movie.
Well, yeah, he was that was his character
from
in
Suicide Squad.
in Suicide Squad.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Suicide Squad didn't get a very good review, but man, was it a good movie.
I
Yeah,
thought
I
it was
liked
pretty
it.
good too. I
Making
liked
the
it.
second one.
Margot Robbie did an awesome job as that cute little package, that cute little thing all wrapped up into that crazy package.
They could just
you know?
have Margot Robbie fucking
They're
in the
doing that.
morning in her kitchen doing whatever she does for 90 minutes, and I'm gonna pay to see it.
They've either already
Just
done
any
it.
spy camera on Margot Robbie is $1 million.
No, she did an awesome job as Harley Quinn
Hey.
though.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're already doing it, or it's in production or whatever, but it's scheduled to be released
second
sometime
one?
next year. And it's mostly all about Harley Quinn.
Oh,
It's
Cool.
like
Oh,
Suicide Squad
I know what
2
you're talking
with
about. I know what
Harley-
you're
and
talking
it's
about.
got-
Birds of Prey.
Yeah,
okay.
It's all the female characters, all the
'cause that
female
always
villains,
works in movies.
villains and heroes.
no, there's one that's just it's almost
Just
like
about Harley
just
Quinn.
about. There's a
Really?
movie coming out that's
Yeah.
just about Harley Quinn.
Well, this one's called
Mostly.
Birds of Prey that I was talking about. That I thought you were talking about.
No, I
but
think
it's
this is
it
gonna be
is
her
it's got Harley. It's got Poison Ivy. It's got Batgirl. All the it's the superheroes and the villains from DC. But it's all the females.
Okay.
And that one actually, I bet, is going to be a really good one. And that would probably wind up being
As
a
long as
pretty
you
good
got
box
Margot
office.
Robbie in it for
Well-
60 minutes,
I'll watch it.
I think because of the success of her character, that's why they're doing the second movie, and it's more.
Yeah,
it's
well, they
more
are
of an
supposed to be making.
origins-based movie of Harley Quinn and how she became to be
Harley Quinn.
Well, her name used to be Harlena Quinn. God damn it, Quintel, I think is what it was.
Right, but they're going to go
And
in
then,
more in depth than they did.
Right,
in
and then
Suicide.
the reason she became Harley Quinn is because
Joker.
she was assigned. She was a psychiatrist,
Yeah,
and
right.
she
Assigned to
was
the
or
Joker.
She
psychologist,
fell in love with him.
and she was assigned
And
to the
Arkham.
Joker. No, she didn't fall in love with him. He got in her head
Yeah.
Bent her
and made her think
Okay.
she was in love with
made
him.
her escape him, and then the whole thing.
It's
The
twisted,
Joker-
man.
the whole thing is the
basically created-
Joker doesn't really love her.
No, he was using her, and the thing is,
But
he
he
also
always
abuses
uses
her all the time, and she takes it,
And she comes back for more.
and she comes
Yep.
back for more.
Yep, because he wants to see how much he can twist her.
Yep,
Awesome.
And
Let's make a whole movie as long as you got Margot Robbie doing it.
that's what he's just saying. You know,
Let's
it's
I
an
s-
origin story, so that would be kind of interesting.
Still haven't seen the new Joker either.
That would be like a Hannibal.
Nor have
Lecter
I, nor
doing
have
the
I.
Same thing, making you.
And
eat
that
your
one,
own face.
that one's Joaquin Phoenix playing the Joker on that one.
Yeah.
I have not seen it.
But
Nor have I.
all these subscription services are coming up with their own like shows that are sucking me in. Like Amazon Prime is going to be coming out with a series on another of my favorite book series, The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan.
Oh, that's the one that's 18.
It is.
Books.
The Wheel
but they're
of
casting
Time?
it. They're starting to film it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Philip Pullman, his Dark Materials, I saw a preview for it on Hulu that I was watching, and I was like, oh, awesome. I looked everywhere for where to see it, and it says that you can stream it on like Hulu and Amazon Prime. You can, but you have to pay the extra $15 a month for the
HBO.
HBO.
Yeah.
Like,
But-
come on, I've got all these. I'm not going to pay $15 just for HBO.
But
I'm
it's
not.
a really good series. And,
I'll wait until it
and the girl who got to play
shows up
Lyra,
somewhere else.
the one that they got to play Lyra, she's the one that plays Weapon X in Logan.
Well, and they have the guy that they cast as her
Oh.
dad is
He's
guy
the
that
one.
played-
He that was he
he
played,
played Professor X in the
Um,
first generation.
What was his name?
You mean the one that played the young Xavier?
Yeah,
Yes.
the young one.
He was also he
was
also
good,
did
too.
yeah, but he also did a character
Tom's checked out.
in Split.
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
right.
Yeah, that was God.
That's the same guy.
I can't.
He's good.
He's gonna go look it up. Watch. He's Googling it.
He's the guy from
He's
Split.
Googling
Yeah,
The main
yeah.
actor from Split.
John
Oh.
McAvoy. And I
Yeah,
think
McAvoy.
that's
Thank
the
you.
point.
Thank
anything,
you.
anything to make it stop, guys.
Okay, we're done.
That's one thing you
Well,
get me
that's what
going
she's
on all
usually doing,
this stuff.
sitting
You
there
can get me
looking
going
at
on this
stuff,
stuff,
too.
and it's like.
The only reason I'd want HBO Plus is because
They give you them titties on HBO.
Well, if you want something like that, you should get either Cinemax,
Cinemax, I
or
was
Showtime
just
because
gonna
you got
say
Cinemax
Cinemax.
After Dark. They do the
Classy Bush.
the low level X-rated movies. on there.
Softcore porn.
So, yeah, it's softcore porn.
Soft corn.
Soft
Soft
porn.
porn.
All right.
I like soft corn.
I wouldn't mind,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm a horror movie fan, so I've kind of
Oh, yeah.
fell into, like, where have the titties gone in horror movies lately, you guys? Like, if I went and saw a Friday
Hollywood.
the 13th movie or a Freddy Krueger movie, we got some tits.
Halloween's rehashing too much bullshit nowadays.
Well, at least in the original
Oh.
Halloween, you got some
Yeah.
titties. Like, that's just supposed to be. You're supposed
And
to
what
get
are we
blood,
up to? Halloween
breasts,
20 now?
and beast. That's the 3 B's of horror. Blood, breast, and beast. I don't know. And maybe if it's a little dirty, you get a little classy bush.
Classy.
Just a classy bush. It's
There
not
you
a
go.
wide open spread eagle shot, but it is a girl walking with him. I don't know where this has gone, but
Hence the
Into the
name.
gutter. It went off the rails and into the gutter.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sure
hence-
did. That's
hence
what it
the
does.
name.
Yeah.
Off the rails.
and into the gutter.
Has a
Next.
chick ever tried to pick you up at a bar?
Yes.
Yeah? Oh, this guy is calling bullshit hard.
Aw, feel
I'm
the
not
love.
talking like
Well,
a bouncer
let me-
that picked
no.
you up and carried you out
No,
of the bar.
let me put it to you this way. The only reason he's calling bullshit is
Okay.
because it's never happened. And he
Oh,
probably
yeah,
would
right.
never.
Okay. No? Chicks tried to pick you up?
You wish.
I've had a chick or two actually try to pick me up when I was younger and I was a bouncer at the bar.
How'd it go?
I turned him down.
What?
I was already involved with someone. I'm not gonna fucking
Oh.
just walk off with some.
You're asking
Random
a guy
chick.
that's had maybe 3 relationships since high school.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, you're so full
You
of
went
shit.
and pretty
You're
much-
so full of shit. If I was to slap you right now,
How old-
it'd fucking cover this entire place.
How old were you and Gina when you got married?
Mm-hmm.
When Gina and I hooked up, I was.
I met her at a
24.
bar, and she
No,
asked for my
actually-
number.
Actually, I met her up at a lodge that we both worked at, and
Pretty close to a bar.
Yeah.
and I got her pregnant, and I did the right thing and stayed with her.
Okay.
And then 21 years later, she up and left me.
All right. I
So,
didn't have to take that turn, man.
but hey, I'm just saying, man. You know, I'm just saying. But before her, you know, I was a bouncer at a bar. I had a couple of chicks try to pick me up.
Cool.
That's because they were drunk and they didn't know any better.
Aw.
Yeah, well, I was with somebody at the time.
That's because they
Otherwise,
were drunk
they
and
would've-
thought you were me.
Yeah.
They would have
Not
went.
here. He
I
was
would have
in-
took
he
them
was in
home with me if I
California
wouldn't have been with
probably.
anybody at that time
Okay.
because they were cute.
Always a faithful.
This question came up
Yes, I've
because
always been the faithful one. Sorry.
we were up north, and I had a gay guy trying to pick me up.
That's the worst.
You
It made
remember-
him feel really good
Oh, he was so
about
kind.
himself.
And he bought me drinks all night. And he was just telling me about my blue eyes and how
Mhm.
sweet I was, and I'm just like, I don't want to lead you on, guy, but you're buying me all this alcohol and you're making me feel so good that how about I reach around or something? Yeah, you know? I don't know what to do at this point. Yeah. So yeah, I had a gay guy trying to pick me up right in front of Molly. I was
Yep.
like, no, I have.
That's pretty bad.
He still thought he could steal me from Molly, so this
Yeah.
guy had some game.
Wow.
Oh,
There you go.
Right.
It was an interesting day.
It was. an
I believe
interesting
it.
night.
Up north.
All right. What was the story that we? Yeah, here we go. Hold on. It was now 1 in 3 Americans, which I think this is a low number, actually believe that the Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself and he was murdered in prison. It's so.
I actually said from the beginning that he didn't do it. That
I
he didn't
think he
kill
did.
himself. No, he didn't. Think about it this way.
Okay, let's go. Now
No,
we got a
no,
we
think
got
it-
a story.
You do.
I
You
think
got
this
to. You got
both
to.
ways.
No, you got to think about it this way. Okay.
The guy probably wanted to die.
Epstein or Stein or however the hell you want to pronounce
Whatever.
his name. I don't care. He catered to the super rich like Donnie and others that you know, billionaires, big time millionaires. And
Notice how you only say Donnie.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You don't say
Exactly.
Bill.
Well,
Okay,
actually,
somebody's
no.
got
Actually, no. That is true.
Okay.
And
No, I
thank
was
you-
just
no.
pointing
But
that
thank
out.
you
You
for
can keep
pointing
going.
that out.
Yeah.
Because yes, Bill Clinton was involved in some of that as well,
Mhm.
and so was
lot of
Bloomberg,
them.
and you know
But
there's
what's that got
there's
to do with
most
whether or not he
most
killed
all
himself?
of the most all of the upper echelons were involved with him in some manner.
Yeah.
Now, he catered to them by providing prostitutes.
A rape island.
Yeah, a rape
A
island.
rape island.
Thank you. For lack
say
of
it,
better
yeah.
terms, yes, it was a rape island, and it was underage rape island.
A
Okay.
child rape island. Okay.
So here you have this guy who, provides all this to these uber rich pieces of crap that are out there.
Yep.
And yet, he finally gets pinched and put in prison for it. Do you not think that some of these uber rich pieces of crap might have connections to get him murdered, so he will not divulge any of the information that he has?
That is a good point, but the whole point is he did not commit suicide.
No, he didn't commit suicide, but that's why I was explaining it that way to bring you up.
He might have gotten murdered.
Scene.
But wait, now look at it from his point of view. You know, you put yourself in his shoes. You're sitting there in jail, all right, and you know what happens in prison to people like him. Are you really going to sit there and pray that somebody doesn't open those doors and let you
but
become
do you remember the
somebody's
last
prison
time he went to
bitch?
prison? He went to prison and was on work release for 6 days.
But
and
they weren't going to let that happen this time.
That's all he knows of prison is getting out 6 days a week and donating all of this money to the court system. And he was given all kinds of money, and he was basically out on the ankle bracelet the entire time. That wasn't really prison. You don't think that would have happened again? He's got a lot of money.
What if it didn't? What if he knew it wasn't going to happen again? This time he's busted and he's thinking the worst.
Well, he was spending 12 hours a day talking to
Well-
female lawyers that came into his room to
Yes.
consult him. He was still getting laid
But
while he was in prison.
But here's the thing on that too. Okay. If he felt it wasn't going to happen again.
What's that?
What type of prison was he in?
He was in solitary confinement, basically,
Was he
for
in
the time
federal,
he was
or
in.
was he
It
in-
doesn't matter.
He
He was in
So-
solitary, but he got his... We are back because Molly is so good at communicating. She walked out and whispered something about, I need to get my cord. It's at 36%.
I didn't whisper. You guys were just way too involved over
Okay,
here.
how come you didn't just say, my computer died, like a normal person? Why did you throw in a percentage and make us think that we still had time to go?
I'm sorry.
Your facts are pissing me off, Tom. Hey, don't worry about that. Molly will just shut
that's
this whole
why I
show
got
down
the-
anyway. So don't
That's
worry
why I
about
got
it.
mine on silent. What the heck's wrong with you?
You're supposed to answer your
sorry.
phone on the air when it happens.
Yeah, you're supposed to answer your,
Yep,
your
it
phone on the
rang.
show.
It
Go ahead,
rang.
put,
You
put
got
him
it.
on speaker.
It's
She
done.
can't now.
I'll call him back.
No.
I'm sure they'll be fine.
It's probably somebody that'll just hang up anyway, because when I answer those and I say something, they just hang up.
Because when you get those calls, it says Washington County Jail. Why would you?
Washington County Jail. Would you accept a collect call from inmate number 5525?
There's
I'd
Matthew.
wonder.
Yeah.
I would wonder who I would know, because I don't know anybody in Washington County.
Oh, I was just using whatever
I think
county
one
came to
hit.
mind. So
No, Joe's probably going to get a call like that in about a couple weeks
um,
from Dodge County.
Why would I get a call?
I have jury duty the week before Christmas.
Oh, no.
I got the last time I had jury duty, I got out of it.
I've never
Here's the easiest way
I've
to
never
get
been
out
called
of
for
that.
duty.
I'm a certified psycho.
Nope.
That's how you
Nope.
know.
Here's the easiest way to get out of it.
I got the
You
shits.
go. Nope. You go in, and you say, well, before you go in, you find out what this person did, and then when you go in and they do their little jury duty interview to put you on the jury,
Mhm.
you tell them, well, I believe they're guilty, and I'm not going to change my mind.
Yep.
Oh,
Well, the
They
thing
will
is,
scratch you.
They'll scratch you.
They
Yep.
gave me a
Regardless,
whole week.
they will scratch you.
The thing is, they gave me a whole week. I got to be there from the 16th of December through the 20th.
That is if they choose you. Once you go in, and all you got to do is say, oh, they're guilty. You're not going to change my mind. That
Isn't
means
a
you're
12 and
not
40
going to give
chance,
them.
too? Only if you were
That's-
randomly selected. Don't they call in 40 people and they pick 12 of them?
Yep.
Like
You have to call in like every day to see if your name was like,
Actually-
called as a.
But the
Actually,
thing is,
You can.
when
there
it
is
happens,
there
it-
is a jury schedule on their website. Right now, it's Monday and Friday are canceled. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are still open.
but I got called for jury duty once, and that's exactly what I did when I went in. I said, and we did the interview thing to pick juries.
Right.
I just basically said, I don't care what they did, they're guilty.
Well, they do
Just
that
looking at
interview.
them, they're guilty.
They do that interview to make sure
And
you
you're
don't
not
have any
gonna
like
change my
predefined
mind.
bias like
Yeah.
against.
Oh,
Yeah.
they disqualified
And
me.
I said, you're not going to change my mind. And as soon as I said that, they're like, oh, you're excused.
Yep.
Out the door I went. Never had to come back. And I haven't ever been called back. I don't know if that.
that might have something to do with it because I've never been called back before too. But this was decades ago, and I was working for cash or whatever, and I kind of incriminated myself, which I'm probably going to do right now. But I'm like, I don't have sick days. I work for cash. And the lady was like, so you're a criminal? And I'm like, yeah. And then they didn't call me for jury duty. Like, oh well, this guy's already a criminal. We can't call him for jury
I'm
duty.
surprised they didn't have the sheriff
cops
show
show
up
up.
at your door.
Oh, I only said it. I didn't prove it, but yeah. Wait, so you mean you're a criminal yourself? Like, yeah, they probably don't want you.
Oh man.
All right, so inbreeding.
This
You guys
well,
ready for an inbreeding story?
I hear that happens a lot down south.
Isn't that where you're from?
Nope.
Happens a
I
lot
was trying to
more
explain things here.
in the Neanderthal community. They think
Well,
that's
That's
what.
up your alley too. ain't it?
you gonna speak on that, Mr. Neanderthal?
Yeah, Mr. Brow Ridge.
Well,
There you
let's
go.
get
That's a
started, you
spitting
bastard.
imagery right there.
Yeah, right.
Here's a picture of the Brow Ridge. They said that may have helped everybody to go extinct. It was bad genetics.
No, what made the Neanderthal go extinct was the fact that they did get bred out. Scientists
I've been
actually
hearing that too. Yeah,
the
that
scientist
the
has
humans bred 'em
actually
out.
found Neanderthal DNA in the current DNA pool.
Oh yeah, we got it in us, but
Yeah.
what they're saying that actually finished them off, the coup de grace, so to speak, is their population got so little that they couldn't help but inbreed, and then that killed them out.
Yeah.
It could be a
It
combo.
could be.
Could be a combo. They 40% lower reproductive fitness than modern humans.
They
Oh,
were
wow.
actually smaller. They were actually shorter in stature than
Yeah, but
than
they
the
could
modern
take a
human.
punch.
But because of that, they also had a denser bone.
Yep.
Their bones were denser, and they had a slightly more dominant muscle structure.
Yeah.
So they were able to actually, they were stronger than the
Homo sapiens.
Homo sapiens, and yet shorter.
Yeah.
And they could actually take a hell of a punch because of the density of their bones.
Well, you look at chimpanzees; they're a heck of a lot shorter than us, but they're a heck of a lot stronger.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that gets me on that show that I wish I could have talked more on. You guys did that show that humans are not actually from this
yeah.
planet
Yeah, are humans indigenous to the earth?
to the Earth.
That was a good subject because we were trying to. It almost explained why he exists.
You never know.
Oh no.
I may actually be an alien.
I don't know.
Well, another thing they're
Alien
saying about the
something.
Neanderthals is they lasted a lot longer than humans have so far.
Well, that's because
Well,
you didn't have Big
Neanderthal
Pharma
actually were around before the Homo sapien.
Yeah,
To
for a
destroy
long
everybody.
time.
Yep.
So we gotta live a lot longer to even catch up to how long they lasted. I just think it was if I had to guess, we didn't rely on the same food sources that they did. And when this is what they're saying about chimpanzees too, by the way, go on a different topic. They're saying that chimps are no longer the second smartest species on the planet. They're saying orangutans are. Because when the chimp loses its wherever it's eating, like say every April there's grapes here or something, and that's what I eat.
Yeah.
Well, if something comes in and changes their environment, they just sit there and starve to death and die. Where orangutans will actually be like, there's no grapes here. I should go somewhere else.
So you're basically they're saying that the orangutans actually migrate to the food source rather than
Chimps.
hoping the food source migrates to them.
So
Yes.
they'll adapt their lifestyle.
Right.
Yeah, they're more adaptive. They've added
more adaptive.
adaptability into the intelligence calculation, and I
Oh,
think
yeah.
orangutans are smarter.
Interesting.
So,
But also, if you also notice in the primate species like that, the only other primate species that truly does murder another member of its family is the chimpanzees.
bonobos don't do that?
Not that I'm aware of.
Huh.
Nor
Okay.
does orangutans or gorillas.
Wow.
But the chimpanzees will.
Murder?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And if you think about it, like I said before in our other show, there's only a two chromosome difference between Homo sapien and chimpanzees.
Chimpanzees, yeah. Bonobos are just as close, too. They're just a slightly smaller chimpanzees.
That's a possibility. Then they
Way
could be
hornier. They are way hornier.
Oh, good God!
Bonobos, if you go see a bonobo, they're jacking off, I guarantee it. Guarantee it. So, what else do I got for our last story here? We got another good one here. Hey, why don't you tell us about your show for a little bit? Let's get into that. What's going on with Utterly Insane?
Well, right now we're I think we're getting more into the UFO kick.
Okay.
Because we're not with it being cold out, we're not going to be going out to locations to be shooting.
Yeah, I'm too old for
because
that crap.
He
cold.
okay. He's not like me.
I
am-
handle Wisconsin winters anyway.
I am literally a
I'll tell
walking
you what.
freaking furnace. Okay,
Yeah.
I emanate heat.
Mhm.
Where Joe, on the other hand, his circulation's not as good, and he gets cold really quick, really easy. So with winter being, coming up like it is and everything, then we're kind of staying inside and talking more on subjects like the
Okay.
We're trying to
UFOs
keep it
and stuff.
geared towards our paranormal theme.
Yeah.
Okay. But in the summertime, you guys
In the
explore a lot
summertime,
more.
actually, it'll be before the summertime.
Yeah, in the
I
fall,
mean,
in
the
earlier
spring,
this year, we
spring,
started.
summer, and fall, we'll
Wasn't it
probably
about
go out.
March?
It
About
was
March.
mid-March earlier this year that when we took and transformed the show into the total paranormal stuff and started going out and filming. Our first show was actually in March on location.
Yeah, that's when that was the Sanatorium Hill when
The first time we were out there.
Yeah, when we went out there.
Okay. So where do you draw the line at paranormal? Because paranormal's pretty vague.
Oh,
but
we
there-
don't draw a line.
No,
on
there's really no line to draw because
There's so
paranormal
much
and
of it out there
unexplained
to
mystery
explore.
stuff.
Okay,
is-
are you going to shoot a rocket up into the air to show that the world's not flat? I mean,
Oh no,
that
I'm not
is
gonna, we're
the
not
line.
going to go to that extent.
Well, no,
There's
that's,
always a
that's
line,
not,
guys.
That's not
Well, we're
the
not
extent
going to
we're
that
going
extent.
to.
Okay.
I mean, what we're
I-
looking at basically is going out to
We're
locations that are known to be haunted or
the
have
local legends.
activities and stuff like that, and then trying to capture something on tape, on video.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then of course,
And you guys have invested a lot more in some more awesome equipment.
Yeah, we've got some
He's
EMF
got
meters.
yeah,
Both our cameras are equipped because we've got two of them now. Both of them are equipped with night vision. Then we got an extra lamp for one of them. So
yeah. I
far.
gotta get a lamp for mine.
And we've got-
Christmas is coming, buddy.
Right.
Wish list.
And we've got like a personal voice recorder for that too, as when we go out, and things that'll. There's a tool that we
you
have.
got a
that,
temperature gauge too.
Yeah,
temperature and wind gauge.
It's ambient temperature. It measures the temperature within a certain radius, so that you can find cold spots.
All right.
Basic.
What I like what you guys do with your footage is you will show the footage, you will not say anything, and then you will try to debunk it for like 10 minutes afterwards. So you're not, if you actually say, I got something, I believe you guys, because you're not putting out bullshit. You're not putting out suggestion. You're saying what could have done this.
Yeah.
So
Right.
this is what.
See, that's what I do. That's what I prefer doing.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm filming something, if I've got my camera set up and I'm filming something and I catch something on video that looks kind of odd or looks like it could possibly be something, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, put this out there and say, this is it. This is the proof right here.
Yeah, like some of those shows you see on TV.
Yeah,
it's definitely a big.
I'm gonna go back and try to recreate the exact same situation and try to debunk it myself, because I would much rather debunk my own video than have somebody else out there say, well, you're putting up fake crap.
Or how about when we went back out to Sanatorium Hill that one day just to debunk the guy's video that we watched on YouTube.
Oh, we did that the first day.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You know, I mean,
there are
that was
people
the
who
whole
walk around at
purpose.
Sanatorium Hill all the time, and there's a trail that goes through there. There's woods in back of it that have trails that go through there.
Right.
So people are out there all the time.
I really think you're in a field where all you can do is be like, I tried to debunk this as much as I can. Here's what I'm left with.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's your opinion?
But I'm not gonna
tell you my opinion.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm not
Leaving it
gonna
up to
put
you.
a suggestion out there for that may get stuck in someone's head
Mhm.
when they're looking at our video and say, "Oh that could be
We're
it."
telling you what the possibilities could be.
I'm
because of
putting
the
it
animal
out
life
there,
around.
and I'm saying this. Okay,
Decide.
here, you decide. This is what I've seen. This is what I've caught on video.
This is
I
what's around
want
the
your
area.
opinion. I don't want to hear a repeat of an opinion I put out.
Yeah.
I would much rather hear what you have to say about it.
No, that's why I think you guys are awesome.
I mean, we sit there and we sat there and we investigate the areas that we go into. We pretty much know what's around us. We know pretty much the wildlife because we're from Wisconsin. We should all know what's, native to this area. So, like when we go and investigate the Bray Road, and they say, well, if you look at the areas, you can see when you go out there, well, it can easily play mind tricks with you because it's so dark. There's no street lights. We're giving you the obvious of what it can be.
Yeah.
But
because
what
you were saying on that one video, I asked you a question about it, and you actually put it out there. You said, I didn't have a camera stabilizer, so you have to, it could be.
The first. The first.
But you're telling people what you
the cemetery on Speedway.
Just
I didn't have the camera on a tripod.
We didn't have the tripods.
Yeah.
I didn't have it with me. I was carrying
but that's
it, and I was
information
fighting
that a lot of
mosquitoes
people
off.
would hide.
Right. Well, no,
You're not
and
hiding
I was
any of
fighting
that.
Oh, no,
mosquitoes
we don't
off
wanna
at that
hide nothing.
time, and
Yeah.
I'm not going to hide that.
Yeah.
And that's why the following day we went back out there,
Mhm.
and I kept the video on my camera so I could view it again when I was on location, so I could try and get the camera in the at least
Closest
within the closest to
Yeah.
the position that it should have been at the time that I was filming, and then I put it on the tripod, and then I did what I walked out in front of it to show scale of what would possibly be there, and then I did a little walk around out in the area that I possibly may have caught something, not knowing if I did or not.
Yeah.
And then that way it gives a scale of what to look for.
And then also I had a
And then she
camera
did a
on
different-
the opposite side.
Yeah, and then Tanya did a
facing the same
a different-
exact location that he had.
angle. She
Yeah,
she did
different
a
angle.
different angle to it. But at least I went back and tried to see if I could capture the same thing.
That was at
So-
Forest Hill.
Yeah, Forest
we were
Hill.
doing.
It was
Yeah.
at Forest Hill, and I think we found out that it was probably the sun with the leaves and stuff. Like
Yeah,
that.
I think what it turned out to be was mostly just the light coming in from behind
Creating,
Okay.
creating some
through the
kinda,
leaves,
like, eye
and
trick.
it gave kind of a shadow.
But you know what?
What's the-
You
what's
guys
the damn
didn't
word?
try to push this off as like, everybody look at us, let's try to hit 15 minutes of fame. I have this footage.
No.
No,
You
No.
didn't do that. No, you
No.
guys
No,
actually
because
said,
that's not how I want to
mean,
do this.
We really
Yeah.
do want something to pop out at us, hopefully.
Yes,
and
you
it's
do.
maybe
Definitely
real.
you
And
do.
we did
Wait a minute,
actually.
wait a minute, like that deer
We
that popped out
did.
at you.
Yeah.
and
and, then you wouldn't let me live it down, right? It was
Well,
bedded. It was-
we did
there
go
was a
back
deer
up to
bedded
sanatorium.
down, and we were
and
up
it
in-
was-
it was like our third trip up the sanatorium hill, and there was a deer bedded down there, and I walked almost right on top of it.
He
It
stepped
popped
he
up
stepped
and
out
startled the hell out of
and
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of got that on
Just a little
on
tiny
video. I don't
vlog.
know if he ever posted it, but
Yeah, it's posted.
Okay.
I don't edit anything out, so all of
So
that
I-
harassing.
I had
from
to
you is
I had to
there.
harass him over that.
And it wasn't just us that was out there at that
No,
time. We
Sean
had
was
two.
with us.
We had,
Yeah, Sean
One or
Sean
two
and
of
his
them
mom was with us too.
yeah.
That's another friend of ours.
Okay.
His name's Sean, and I've known him for a few years, and he likes to photograph nature and
Okay.
birds and stuff. He goes up to Huron a lot during the summertime.
All right. That's something that would be a great advantage to when you're out there in the
Yeah.
elements.
Oh, yeah.
trying to-
Yes.
just because he might see something
Well,
that you're
he's
like,
got
that's not a fucking ghost, dude. Like,
Yeah,
you know, just
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
You need a guy like that.
Plus, he's got a real big. photography
he's got a really nice
setup.
camera.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a nice
Really
Nikon.
nice. Yeah.
Oh.
So
Different lenses, the whole works.
Yeah.
Well, universe, I got to tell you, if you're into paranormal and you're not looking for any bullshit, these guys are as real as you can get. And they're also fucking entertaining as hell to hang out with. So if you want no bullshit, entertaining, you got to check out
That's a
Utterly
good way to
Insane.
put it. No
Yeah.
bullshit paranormal.
There we go.
No bullshit paranormal. Could be an oxymoron, but they're... Listen, I've seen their stuff, and they've debunked their own shit.
now
so-
our second trip to Eagle Road Cemetery.
Mhm.
It was these two, and then me and my girlfriend were there, and I had my own camera. They had their, and that was our first filming using the new
New add-on for the
add-on
nightlight.
for their
For the
for
night
their
vision.
night vision.
It expands it.
But it's kind of weird because we were at opposite ends of the cemetery. It's not a really huge cemetery, but we were at opposite ends of the cemetery at this happened. And I heard something I heard something over where I was standing over to my right. It almost sounded like a growl, but that's me. I don't want anybody to think that's exactly what it was. And then they're at the other end of the cemetery at that time. And I listened to both tapes, and right around the same time, I don't know why, but theirs picked it up too. It was kind of interesting. And if anybody wants to check it out, they can.
And then remember when I was leaving, I could have swore when I was
Yeah,
leaving.
when we were leaving, he
And we were
thought he heard
almost-
something
we were
as well.
almost up to the road to go back to the car there. I swear I heard something coming from across the street, like a growl too.
But I never seen.
But we never saw it.
Never saw anything. That was the thing.
Okay.
But, you
And
know,
I'm not exactly
we
sure.
were out in the
what
middle
it
of
was,
nowhere, and that particular cemetery had all kinds of farms
All
around
right.
it, so it could have been anybody's dog too.
So the big question is for you guys, what do you have to film to actually make you come out and say, we have a ghost, guys. Like,
What do
what
I
is
have
it going
to
to
film?
take? Yeah, what's going to be the footage where you say, no debunking this. This is it. Strike up the band. We got it. Ghosts are real. Like, what do you have to feel? Film.
Honestly, I
I
can't
don't
say
know what
that
it
I
would
would
take.
because if I did catch something that looked like an
It's-
apparition, I'd
If
still
Michael
wanna debunk
Jackson
it.
crawled out of the ground and started doing the Thriller dance, would you at least say you got a ghost? You know?
No, no, I would say I got some sort of entertainment troupe over here
Who
playing
is
on
really
a
good at
prank.
Thriller.
I'd be wondering
Playing a
who's,
prank,
like,
you know?
I'd be wondering, like, where's the equipment?
In
that's
other
screwing
words,
with
he
me?
wouldn't believe it if it
or
even happened.
or who the hell's pranking me right now?
Yeah.
Type of thing,
Yes.
okay? Because I would want to know, I think if it ever really truly came down to it, I would have to actually have a sit down, face to face interview with a ghost. That would be what would actually
That's probably-
convince me. Where it literally walked right up to me and started talking to me.
How about that part in Ghostbusters with Ray? When the ghost came in and unzipped his pants?
No.
Okay, ghosts are real, baby. That would be it?
No.
No, just a sit-down interview?
I got it. It would have to be a face to face, to seriously see the apparition in front of me and actually
But if
talk
you
to
hear
it
about
and
these
get it
ghosts, they'll be, like,
and
trying
get
to
it
figure
on video and get it on audio.
But these ghost videos say it's not in the realm of possibility to have that much interconnection between our worlds at that long amount of
Well,
time.
then I won't ever be convinced. I
What?
know that they're there, but I'm never going to be convinced that it's.
But then,
That it's
people
gonna
say
be
Bigfoot's real all the
happening.
time, but you don't see a perfect video or a perfect picture of Bigfoot yet either.
No, you don't.
They're all like blurry and out of
Focus.
Except for the one from the 60s.
Maybe that's just the way
that-
Bigfoot licks.
Yeah, and,
Even if you took a good
the-
picture of him,
the
he's
Patterson
just an
tape.
out of focus
And
looking
people-
being.
and people
Doesn't
are
know how to
still
stand
debating
still.
on whether
I
that's
just got the vibrations, baby.
Yeah, I know people are still debating whether that one was real.
Which one was real?
The Patterson tape,
footage.
the footage.
From
I think
like
that was the actually
1967, the first
throughout all of them that have
real-
been caught. I think that was actually the very best.
There's one reason why I think it's good. There's one reason why I think it's bad.
Yeah.
Well, let's
The
hear your
reason why I think it's good is because the way he's walking doesn't look human. It looks like you busted a dude jacking off. Like, hey, I fucking didn't know you would be out here. What the fuck are you doing out here? I was just jacking off by myself. I don't think it's good because it was a guy going out he was a known con man. He was going out
to
make
make
a
the video?
Bigfoot
But see,
video.
But the whole thing with it is,
But that's
is
just one reason why
the-
I don't think it's good.
But the whole thing, the reason I like
Yes,
that video
he
the
was
most,
trying to make a hoax or trying to make the video, but yet you look at that video and realize the technology that they had back then.
it would be extremely hard to do that. Now, if
I
they
know
were,
it would be.
Or it'd be an
But I
now
told
here's
you one
here's
reason
why
why
I
I like
like
it, one reason
this
why I
is
don't,
why I
so.
absolutely like that video because, okay, there's a couple of reasons here. The one, it's a fairly clean cut video
And
where you
know
can
it's a-
actually see it.
and
Okay.
it proves it's clear enough to prove that it was a female.
Yep,
That
you can see
it
titties.
was a female.
So
you can see the
it
droopy
was
tits.
shot by HBO.
You can see the droopy tits. Okay. And not just that, but the hair on the legs, the hair on the body, the hair on the arms. You could see the muscle movement
Yep.
under the hair.
Okay.
Now, the only way in
You ever
that
hear of
era,
tight jeans?
hang on, the only way in that era that they're going to ever truly be able to do that,
You're
you get
making
that?
me want to disprove it. I kind of like the footage. I'm
But I'm
not
saying-
against it.
The only way in that era that they're actually going to be able to have that look that well and that good is he would have to find a female of that stature, convince her to be completely nude, and literally glue
Glue the hair on
every fucking strand of hair on.
And it
So
had
you
to be-
gave
In
the
order-
Canadian
in
chick
order
a
to
bunch of
give
Molson, and I
that-
already got you.
in order to get that texture of muscle movement under there, because there is no way.
And teach her to walk.
And in
like
fact,
that.
I don't even think
Well, not only
spandex.
that, it'd
I
have
don't
to
even
be
know if
somebody
spandex
that-
was
like a
was invented back then or
bodybuilder
Yeah, I
or
don't
not.
something
think
You
it
know.
was.
to get the muscle movement.
So, I can't see any other way that they would have been able to hoax
I just
it by
wish it was
except for
a-
doing it like
without
that.
spending
From
a
what I
ton of
hear
money.
about that video, it's supposed to have other ones in it. I just wish it was a little wider. Supposedly there were 2 little ones, or
Following her.
yeah,
Yeah.
with her. You don't believe it, but you have heard that, right?
There's a lot of different.
There's a
stories
lot of different
surrounding
stories
Oh,
and
yeah.
a lot of different theories around it, but still.
It just sucks that the dude was a con man making a Bigfoot video.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I mean,
just
that-
kind of because
Pretty
of
much.
the fact that he was known to be a con man, kind of
That
blew it
ruins-
right away.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
blows.
So regardless if
Yeah.
it's an authentic video or not,
Well,
it kind of ruins it
it's
right away
always
because
gonna-
of the fact that he
Right.
is known to be a con man.
So it's
Yeah.
always going to bring its authenticity into question.
Yep.
No matter what.
Yep.
No matter
Exactly.
how much time passes by.
And he
that's
was
always
making a
gonna
Bigfoot
Be a
movie.
black eye on that footage.
That doesn't help either.
No.
No.
You see how, like, if somebody says I don't believe
Well,
it, you can't get up
but
in their
now-
face and be
All
like,
right, here's-
well,
here's-
there is a pretty good point why you don't believe it.
Here's
That
one
is-
for you. Here's one for you too. Okay.
Okay.
During that era, that's when the first Planet of the Apes movies were being made.
Oh, and you can obviously tell they're fake.
Now those, if they were going to be able to have that kind of a look, Hollywood would have done it.
Let me just pump the brakes on that a second. They needed 100 apes in their movie. They didn't need 1 ape. I'm sure if they would have focused and just made 1 ape, it would have looked a lot better than Planet
I
of
don't
the
know.
Apes.
I don't know when they made.
Well, I
If you got to
understand that
mass
they needed a lot.
produce
Yeah.
ape costumes, they're not going to look as
All
good
right.
as
All
just one.
All right.
Right?
All right. So if you want to use the number theory, here's just one for you, okay?
Okay.
And this is going to show my age. And
Okay.
and I guess my nerdiness or whatever.
Harry and the Hendersons.
No, this is older than that.
That was
Let's
cool.
go the Bigfoot.
I like
the 2-part Bigfoot episode of the $6 Million Man.
Okay.
You ever see that one? That thing looked fake as hell too. Why
All
did they
right.
make that one look more
Because
real?
it wasn't a mass Hollywood
And now
production.
you're-
It was the
and now you're
$6
into
Million
the- and now you're
Man
into the
half-hour
70s.
TV show every week.
Yeah, but they were still
they
still
were
on
putting
similar
some pretty
budget
Good money.
Okay.
Into those.
because it was a popular show. They were still
Oh, yeah.
putting
Really?
a fairly
And by the
large
time
budget
that
into it.
episode came out, they were probably 3 seasons into it.
Maybe
Yep.
they wanted it to look hokey.
No,
Maybe
maybe.
they wanted it to
They were
look that
going
way.
for it.
I
They
don't
said
know.
nobody believes Bigfoot anyway. Let's fucking boom.
That movie I watched last night was kind of hokey.
Yeah, you told us we needed to watch Reservoir Dogs, and you never even
Oh,
brought
that's
that
right.
up today.
Reservoir Dogs was their
Reservoir
homework.
Dogs. Didn't you like that? Don't even give me shit on Reservoir Dogs.
Where do you want me to,
the
where do you want me to start?
stuck in the middle with you. If I start playing it, come on.
I fell asleep within 10 minutes.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
You guys
and
didn't
then
like-
Lisa
that-
fell asleep right after
That's
that.
just obvious. That's just a normal
Mr.
day
Pink,
for her
Mr.
after she gets off work.
Yeah, why do I need to be Mr. Pink? I'll be Mr. Purple.
You're already quoting it and loving it more by the second. I mean,
Oh,
Mr.
jeez.
Purple.
Now I'll have
You're
to go home and
goddamn
watch
Mr.
it.
Pink. Yeah, it was a good movie. It's Tarantino's like first good one.
He's a goofy
You didn't like
And
it.
he was
He's
in
a
it.
Goofy looking.
Yeah,
fucker,
he was.
too.
And
He's a goofy
he was
looking
Mr.
fucker.
Brown.
Yep.
And he now see, I don't quite understand because did they not didn't Mr. Orange and Mr. White say that Mr. Brown got shot in the head in the beginning of all that mess? And then whenever they showed the flashback, he didn't actually get shot in the head. He slammed his head into the steering wheel of the car, and
I
Heard,
haven't seen
you
it
know?
in a little while. I just know. I mean,
Wait a second now. You're telling us that we needed to watch it, so we knew, and now you're
it's
telling me that you
well,
didn't
you're
watch it again.
asking like, did he actually get shot in the head, or did something else happen to his? I don't
I'm just
remember that
saying.
much. It was a
That one
90
scene
minute-
though gets stuck in your head though, and it's
stuck
very,
in the middle with you when he's dealing with the cop.
It's a very crazy scene. Like you just watch it and go, ooh.
Where he cuts the cop's ear off,
Yeah, and he's messing with him.
and
And
he's
dancing
torturing
around
him.
and
He's torturing
laughing
him.
and
Oh,
And
yeah.
then he was gonna light him on fire while he was still alive, and
He's
then
dancing
Yeah,
and
but
singing
that guy-
and
that
and then
guy-
Mr. Orange shot him.
Yep.
Yeah.
That Mike Madden plays a crazy. fuck
Oh,
in the
he
first
does.
Place.
Well, he
He
was
does it so good.
he was in another Tarantino movie. He was in Kill Bill 1 and 2.
You see what I'm hearing, guys? Is you enjoyed the movie?
I'm not.
more than
No,
you-
listen.
than you
Listen.
think.
Okay, I'm not saying it was a bad movie.
I
Okay,
didn't say
it was a
bad
and
movie.
and
If you
Tarantino
need to,
Tarantino actually made some goofy movies, some
Yep.
strange movies.
but you got to be able to. You got to see the whole whatever of Tarantino's arc just to be able to talk about him. So, if you want to start with a decent one, not just decent, I really think it's a good movie. Reservoir Dogs. You got it. That's where he came from.
and I did like the Kill Bill movies.
yes.
I did too.
That was
I
kind of a
couldn't even
cool
watch
concept.
those.
Uma Thurman is badass.
Yeah, she is.
Oh yeah, I got
I
big
tried
hots
to
for
watch
Uma
those, I
Thurman
just
too.
couldn't do it. Every time I
Oh,
saw,
you
what's
can't
his
forget
name, I
Lucy
kept
Liu.
seeing the kung fu guy.
I got
Lucy Liu, man, she's kick ass.
I wish
Yeah.
HBO would have made it with Lucy Liu. No, I liked all the.
Well, I think what got us going on this was the fact that he looked up something about a new Star Trek movie, and Tarantino's part of it.
I heard that. I had that story a while ago. Shit, I'm so excited. I'm stepping on my own headset to try to. No, I had this story a while ago. He only is agreeing to do it if it's rated R.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
A rated R
Star Trek.
Star Trek. Now
by
that would be
Tarantino.
cool. Are we going to see green titties?
Oh yeah.
Green,
Prob-
blue.
Are they
First
is there gonna be
minute,
three
we're
of them?
I was just
I
gonna
don't
say
know.
that. Probably.
The
You're gonna see
three-titty
some-
alien?
The three titty
Peaceful-
alien, like the one from
Green Bush too.
like the one from Total Recall,
Yeah. Total
Yeah.
Recall.
There you go.
or a blue one like the Avatar.
Oh, that chick was
No,
Gamora.
I was
in-
talking more along the sex dolls that
Do a lot of sex dolls. You can order what you want, babe.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm afraid of sex dolls. Molly's gonna leave me so quick.
Right. Because that's why I'm with you.
Because when you can come home from work and it just goes.
Yeah, but it
How
doesn't.
am I gonna compete with that?
If they make a sex doll that makes me dinner too, then maybe
Yeah,
you're
then
in
I'm
trouble.
out. Then I got no chance.
That'd be Cherry 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever see that movie?
Did not see Cherry 2000. Should I watch it? Is it as good as Reservoir Dogs?
Well, it's not a Quentin Tarantino movie, but it has what's her name? Melanie Griffith in it as a redhead.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I've been wanting me a redhead.
That's gotta be an old movie.
it's an older one. It's from the 80s.
Okay.
But it's on Netflix or Vudu.
I don't know. Is it?
I think I saw it on Vudu free.
Well, Voodoo, you don't even have. You really don't have to pay for anything.
No,
on
Voodoo's
there.
No,
free.
It's
if
all
I was
free.
gonna say it's free with commercials.
Yeah.
I think I saw that.
But yeah,
on-
Cherry 2000. That's kind of an interesting movie.
All right.
Add it to the list.
If you watch Reservoir Dogs and didn't like it, I don't know if I'm gonna like your movies.
No, I didn't say I didn't like Reservoir Dogs.
They had to like it for it to stick in their head.
I've seen it before.
And you're quoting it.
This is the first time he has seen it.
Well, that's because I don't like watching too many movies.
Hey,
Well, you know, Tarantino.
let me ask
also
you.
I got burnt
the
out
Django
on
Unchained.
movies a
Let me ask
long
you.
time ago.
do you tip now?
I don't
From the
believe in-
scene in
I
the
don't
movie?
believe in fucking tipping.
No,
I don't
he
believe
does-
in
He
fucking-
doesn't believe in
How do you
tipping.
not believe in tipping?
Yeah, that guy needed to be punched right in the face.
There
I
you
was-
go.
No,
I was
he
loving
just-
it.
I
he
was
just
wait-
needed a
I was
throat
waiting
punch,
for
that's
Joe
all.
to just sit there and after he heard that and just sit there and just say, "Knife that fucker," or something.
How about I bought your
I
breakfast?
mean, if
Throw a
that was
fucking dollar down, you piece
If
of
that
shit.
was a true mafia guy, he would have, gotten his head knocked off or something for not tipping
Yeah.
a waitress.
Mr. Pink doesn't believe in tipping. What the fuck does he mean you don't believe in tipping? It's just such great dialogue.
But he's played such a
Yeah.
good asshole, though, didn't he?
Oh,
yeah, he did. You're
Maybe.
upping the number. You were probably liking it like a
Well-
3 out of 5, and now all of a sudden it's a 4 out of 5. And
I'm not a big movie fan, so it takes a lot for me to get to watch a movie, and it was a good movie. I've seen better mafia type movies.
okay.
I've seen those actors in better mafia type positions.
I'm more
But-
into the sci-fi stuff anyway.
Okay.
For a movie that he did, it was a good movie. I don't know if I'd watch it again.
All
I
right.
mean, I caught right at the first 5 minutes. I caught something that I thought was a mistake. Guy goes and lights. the
When
other
they were
dude's
when
cigarette,
when the
and he
one
goes and
when
lights
Mr.
his
Orange
own,
was
and
dying
it
on the
acts like
ramp,
it's lit, but it's not
and
lit. It was just the two of
Um,
them in there with the guy almost dead
wait a minute,
in the warehouse.
was Mr. White the one that was kicking the shit out of the cop, or was that?
Hold on. There is one guy in there that always lights a cigarette in his movie but never smokes it.
No, there was just the one time
No, there was the one time in the scene
he lit
where Mr. Pink and
It was another dude. There was
The one
two
that was
first
Larry.
two dudes that got to the warehouse.
The older guy,
Larry,
right?
the
He plays the wolf in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, it might have
We're
been.
Yeah.
getting way off the rails.
yeah,
Yeah. He doesn't smoke.
no, he does, he did,
He did smoke?
he
Yeah.
did.
I'm pretty sure
When
he
they
smoked.
when
He
they
actually
when
lit
they
the
first
cigarette
the
one
first
time,
cigarettes
but
the
the
first
first
cigarettes
time
they
they
did,
had a cigarette in there.
Bushimi and his character,
He lit
they're
Buscemi's
talking-
cigarette.
he lit Bushimi's cigarette and then he pulls the flame over to light his, but he
He
never
doesn't
did.
actually light it
So he's standing around with the unlit cigarette,
like he's smoking it.
and
Yeah,
then
but he's not
and
really
then
smoking it.
later on you see
'Cause it's not lit.
him putting it back in the pack.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
I remember
after
that.
that,
That
then
was
after
weird.
that, a little after that, he actually pulls it out and lights it and
And
actually
smokes
smokes it.
Okay.
It was like, what the fuck? Was that
Molly,
actually
you can
supposed to
cut all
happen
this
that way?
bullshit just out of the thing. Nobody wants to hear any of this. We're talking
But,
about
yeah,
a movie
but-
that is 25 years old
But
about
Pulp-
if a dude lit a cigarette or not.
No, and then you brought up Pulp Fiction too. Pulp Fiction is actually a pretty good one too.
Yeah, but he
Pulp Fiction's
always
great.
does something strange with a cigarette in his movies. Like John Travolta in Pulp Fiction lights a cigarette and then like puts it out.
That must be what's his name?
I don't know. It's a weird.
Tarantino's
It's
thing.
a weird
Yeah,
thing.
I don't know. but-
Something to investigate all his movies. Go back and watch them all and check it out.
Like, how many weird cigarette scenes did you do?
What about Durango Unchained?
I was just gonna say I
Django?
still like
Or
Django.
Django,
the best.
yeah,
Django
Django
Unchained?
Unchained.
That's a
Ah,
good
that one.
movie.
I liked
That
it.
was a Tarantino movie.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I liked it.
It's got the gore for one.
Hateful Eight was a
Yes.
little long, and
Hateful Eight was on Netflix.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was.
Haven't seen that one.
I heard a lot of critic stuff about that one.
No, it was boring.
If you're
I'll straight
looking
up tell
for
you it
a
was
movie
boring.
on that story, you're going to be very disappointed.
Well,
That's
it's not
true,
the real story. So
it's
you're not
it's
getting
following
anything.
two completely like made up characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why would they do this? I was trying to figure out. Why
And
that
they
was done.
add too much scenery. I think he's been doing that as he's gotten older with
And they-
movies. He's just like,
It's
we
beautiful.
need to show you 2 minutes of this guy driving
Well, they've got.
and then a different scene of this guy. It's too much of that it's like, you could have cut this movie down to 90 minutes. We didn't need a 3.5-hour movie.
Who is it? Like a Bruce Lee character they have in there, and they make him out like he's a total jag.
Oh, yeah, like Bruce Lee's an asshole. Piece of shit. Fucking, can't kick your ass. He's just a fake poser asshole. Right. They make him out to
There's
be like
this scene
that.
in there, and it's like, what?
None of the shit that happens in the murders actually happened.
Yeah.
So it's...
And it's all just right at the end. I mean, they throw it, you see their, like, camp or whatever, and I don't know, it's...
But they made the previews look like it was going to have something to do with the Manson
It
stuff
does.
and all
It
of
does.
But,
in a roundabout way.
But yeah, that's what I said. I was reading
In a
the
roundabout
critics and
way,
stuff,
it
and
could have
that's
been
the stuff
any
on
other
the
family,
It's
but
got
this,
nothing to do
what
with it. It's
happened
all
in
this
the
fake
movie didn't
bullshit
happen
in
with the
there.
Manson murders.
No.
You know.
Cheryl Tate lived in the movie.
No.
Which is
All the
farthest
people
from
that
the
went to
truth.
kill her died in the movie, so sorry to ruin it for you, but it's
No, maybe that's how Tarantino wanted it to happen.
That's why it's called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, not This Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you're
no,
looking
there you
for a
go.
Marilyn Manson story,
It's not a Marilyn Manson
Or
It
a-
would have
story.
been a Charles Manson.
that's what I
Charles
meant.
Manson, yeah.
Charles Manson story.
I think you see him for like
They
4
come
seconds
for your
in the whole
nutter,
movie.
Chuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Give
you
me
know
some
what?
time.
I think we've been reminiscing about movies long
Yeah.
enough. Let's tell us where we can find you guys. And let's have, utterlyinsaneproductions.com.
Yeah.
You guys got some good editing software happening soon, too.
Yeah, all our links are right there. So you'll find our Facebook link and our YouTube channel page right there.
So do you think it's better to find you on YouTube or the website?
Probably
Or the Facebook?
on Facebook. If
Facebook?
you go and follow our Facebook page, you'll probably be more up to date.
Okay. Do you do YouTube Live and Facebook Live or
No,
just...
No, just Facebook.
Live.
Well, and is
Yeah.
your
Whatever,
Facebook
no.
still under the Mark Joe shows?
Yeah, it's still kind of
Don't worry, we'll straighten that out today.
yeah.
We'll get that fixed for you
So,
somehow.
Somehow.
Facebook and me don't agree on some things when it comes to trying to change that shit.
Yeah, I get it. I understand. But hey, thank you guys for coming out.
Well,
Sorry
thanks
we
for
were.
having us.
Thanks
Thanks for
for
having
that.
us.
We're gonna work together after this. You ready to do your reads?
Yeah, you get reads. They're right down there.
Yeah, there you go.
That's mean.
I know.
You can find us everywhere. We're off the rails TM on Facebook.
Wanted to put you on
YouTube,
the spot. By the
everywhere.
way, Mark has 2 parts of the show, so you were
That's what you
filling
get
in
for
for
sitting in
Mark.
that chair.
That's what you get. So, all right, Universe, go to our Patreon page. We got a whole bunch of stuff
Oh, I
there.
do
You
that
can
too now.
donate. You're on Patreon.
Yes, we
Yeah,
are.
he signed up on Patreon too.
All right. Oh, also, it's the holiday season.
Yes.
If you're going to
Amazon.
buy anything on Amazon, just go to our website, offtherailstm.com. You click on it. They give us a kickback. They just send us a check. It's awesome.
Doesn't cost you anything.
Doesn't cost you anything more. You go to our webpage first, you click on it, you're on Amazon like normal. So go to that. We'll probably hook you guys up with that affiliation too, so you know.
We already
You
got it.
already got that? Congratulations. Yeah, you get like 10% on
The
some shit.
link's
That's
been on
pretty
our
cool.
Facebook page or on our website forever. I don't know if I put it back up on the new one or not, but
You'll figure it out. Well, remember, Universe, we're not good enough.
Thanks for tuning in, Universe.